Yo, what's up, everyone? How's it going? So stoked to get into this patch. Holy shit. Let's do this. Right. How you doing, Fire Gremlin? It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Love your face. All right. What were we working on last? I think it was statues. Ooh, mac and cheese with Alfredo. Sounds good. I had steak tonight. The wife decided to make steak, and it was much appreciated. Okay, so dry steps are done. Now we just gotta do Kyrgyzstan and Hewazar. Let's pull up the Kyrgyzstan maps that I got last night. Northern, southern. Open with. Can we zoom out here, please? View, zoom out. There we go. Hey, what's up, Juke? How you doing? Mentally exhausted. I feel that. I had to. What did I have to do today? I had to work on a pipe, a sink that keeps like not draining for some reason. So I'm still kind of working on that. And then I had to finish painting the kitchen. Got both of them done though. So fuck yeah. Hey. This is supposed to be northern. Northern must be, yeah, okay. Northern's right here. So we got those two. Why is this not like checking out? That's done. That's done. 2, 3. It's right there. Let's go ahead and travel to the Altar of Ruin. Yeah, we could do that too. Juke, you want to jump in Discord? I didn't open Discord. Wow, that's like a first. I knew I was forgetting something. Finish these statues. Then maybe some nightmare dungeons tonight. What are you thinking, Juke? I think that's a good idea. How are you liking 1.1.1 patch, Juke? I sure do love violins. I think in any form of music, violins always just adds a nice touch, you know? Let's see. Perfect. You're in the waiting room. There we go. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hang on. Let me just stream.
No, you're good.
Okay, there we go.
So you're just downloading the patch?
Yeah, I completely
Nice.
forgot it.
Dude, I'm so excited. I can't fucking wait. I've been thinking about it all day.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah. Because it's going to be better. And the season wasn't bad, but it's going to be better.
The season isn't bad, but it's very lackluster.
Some orchestras don't like alto saxophones because they sound like a cello. Really? I did not know that. Yeah, no, I've been so pumped.
Nice.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh,
Hey,
how did that
the stream that
miss?
went up.
There you go.
Went from 50. Oh my god, not 60.
I'm not ready yet.
I feel like my skill, what is this? The reducing cooldown of leap by 3 per enemy hit isn't working properly.
By 3 seconds?
Yeah, well, up to a maximum of 9. So when I hit like 5 guys, it should almost automatically fully reset. Because the cooldown on this is what? Well, I guess it's 14. Maybe it is working properly.
What's the cooldown on leap?
What's that? It's 14 seconds. So maybe 14. It is working properly.
So the maximum number of seconds that you can have off is
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably need to upgrade the stat on it because it can be from 3 to 5. So I've got like the weakest version of it. So I probably need to try to like up that somehow.
Are you using the version that you get from Dungeon?
I don't think so.
Not ready yet.
No. Well, apparently there are normal aspects, sacred aspects, and ancestral aspects.
Not ready yet.
I probably need the ancestral one for my build to work properly.
Do you know which one you have?
Normal, I'm assuming.
Ready yet.
Well, did you pull it from a piece of gear, or did it drop? Did
Oh,
piece of gear drop with that already on it?
No, I think it's a dungeon aspect.
Okay, so that would be the lowest form.
I think. I could be wrong.
Not ready.
The lowest roll on the lowest form.
Probably.
Because unlike with Diablo 3, where they automatically gave you the max,
Right.
this one automatically gives you the minimum.
It should just be random, I think. Like, obviously
No,
not the ancestral form or anything like that, but it should just randomly roll the...
No, because then people just continually replace it until it...
Like, people have the
Roll
money
the
for that
highest.
right now. Let's be honest, it's expensive.
I have 5 million on... Dude,
I mean, fair enough.
don't
Underestimate.
discount people's... Don't underestimate people's ability to fucking farm gold.
That's true.
Don't forget
It's not
about
hard.
the exploit that was going on too.
It really isn't that hard to farm.
No, dude, like I was running around World Tier 4 yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
fucking money with you get that greed shrine. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, that's true. The greed shrine is
Money
money.
fucking drops.
Yeah. Okay, so number 4 is up here.
Not only that, I mean, like, I was getting piles of almost 5,000.
Well, and to be fair, with the amount of rare drops, like that's like 15k a piece when you're a nightmare.
Don't forget about uniques and legendaries. So
Yeah, I usually don't sell those though, cause I'd rather get the mats from them. You know what I mean?
I just blow everything up. But when I get low on gold, I'm like, if this drops, I'm fucking selling.
Right? I need monies. I just keep an eye on my rare mats, and if I have over 100 in each, I just start selling shit.
I don't take that much attention. I'm just like, I need mats. I'm selling everything. I'm blowing it all up.
Like right now, see, I have 282 veiled crystals, which is what you get from rare weapons and armor. Everything else is from legendaries. So like, if rare gear is like under 15k, I'll freaking still break it down. But if it's 15k or more, I'll sell that bitch.
I need more time.
I see that's.
That way I'm getting a nice balance of both, you know?
I mean, sure. I don't know. I'm just like, if you need money, sell it for money. If you need mats, blow it up. Whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're working in Kyrgyzstan, right?
Kyrgyzstan, yeah. I'm going after the 4th.
Well, I don't know how you're counting them, so.
I don't know how they're really counting them either. But it's like the 4th from the left, I guess.
I need time.
4th from the left.
There we go, I just got it.
I must wait.
Okay.
There's an event here if you want to do the event.
I don't even know. I still haven't found you.
I am by... What is this? Here, I'll just mark it.
I was gonna say, just ping yourself on the map.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, there you are. Way up there. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, crap. Damn it. They cut everything off, so you're not easy to get to. Altar for them.
I must wait.
Okay, well.
We're gonna have to ride a horse and find a barricade so we can go through it.
Oh, did they add that to the patch?
I think that's what they said they were supposed to do.
Nice.
Right?
That would be very nice, blowing through barricades. That shit was obnoxious.
Barricades are obnoxious.
Mainly with horses. Everything else is fine in my opinion.
Not ready yet.
Yo, what's up, Pyro? How you doing, brother? It's good to see ya.
I need time to do that. I'm not ready
Freaking wrecked, bro. Okay. So now,
did you already get the one in here?
yes.
Okay. So
Just ping the next one. I'll tell you if I have it.
that one.
Perfect. I do not have that one.
Let's go.
I'll follow you because it doesn't give me the pathing. It's just going to be big hugs and lots of cuddles. Hell yeah.
As long as it's not masturbating while you're crying.
I need time to
Nah, I don't think it's a that type of night tonight.
Oh,
You're
okay.
mentally tapped out. I feel it. I feel it, Fire Gremlin. There we go.
I must wait.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. This one.
Do not have it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Good, Pyro. I'm glad to hear that. Today was your 4th round of chemo and things are going well. That's amazing to hear, bro.
Nice.
You don't think that's possible? It is. It is. Trust me. Oh, shit. I don't know what I just did. It's like the old saying goes, and this too shall pass. But if you ever need to, need a friend to lend a ear, just let me know, Fire Gremlin. I got you. You're a homie. Oh, it's right there. Perfect.
All right, let's see. Yeah, this one.
Yes.
You get the one right there in the altar of ruin.
Yes, I do. Got that one. I've got this one to the farthest left, and this one to the
Got
farthest
that
left.
one.
Yes, I have this one. I don't
That
have.
one you said you have.
Yeah. I don't have anything to the right of us except for this one down here.
Okay, so we'll go this way.
Works for me. Yeah, no problem. I know how it is going through shit. I go through shit all the time and it fucking sucks.
Oh my god.
I must wait.
Alright.
Cool.
Oh, the raging fat man. Okay, let's see. This one.
I figured there was going to be one there. You can kind of tell by looking at the map where they're going to be because they're always in like a weird little cove.
I must
Yeah, sometimes.
Most
go
of the
back.
time. This guy about knocked me off my horse, so I just wanted to take him out.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck that guy.
Oh my god, the raging fat man.
Okay. They are all dead now. Oh god, lag. Why? Oh, event? Let's do it. I like this event.
It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I just sit right here in the middle.
not ready.
Oh, that's a good point. Because something's bound to get
Venn
hit.
diagram, my guy.
Yeah. You right, you right.
They'll all eventually break.
I must wait.
This poor little boss, he's like, oh no, he's hurting me.
He's stomping my balls.
Pretty much. I think it's funny how your horse just sinks into the sand or the ground. Well, to be fair, my horse is a ghost. So it kind of just disappears into nothingness. I need to go sell shit. Or break it down. You know, one of the two. One of the things.
How your horse sinks into the ground?
Well, that's Fire Gremlin's description of how it kind of just appears and disappears. I mean, it kind of runs off as well, but
I was like, I haven't seen
I
mine
need time
sink
to do
into the
that.
sand. What? I'm so confused.
that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Like
That'd be
freaking
quite
R tracks. It just brings up like freaking never-ending
soon.
story PTSD.
Too soon.
I need time to do that.
That'd be funny as fuck. Slowly and sadly disappears into the sand. You're like, no, don't do it. Okay. Leap creates an earthquake. I already have that, but what's the
I can't take this anymore.
right? Oh, mine's way better than that. Break
Anytime
it
I send
down.
one of my friends that GIF,
You
Yeah,
just like
GIF.
making people cry, don't you? Now it's GIF. God damn it.
no,
GIF is
actually,
peanut butter. GIF is peanut butter.
Actually, the person who came up with it says it's GIF.
Well, they're wrong
I don't think so.
because
It's
it's
his invention.
graphic interface format.
Sure. GIF.
I'm gonna frickin' I swear to God.
What? That's just what it is.
It's gonna be the way it is with my foot up your booty hole.
I mean, get your feet away from me. You coming back?
Yeah, Pyro, we're in Discord. All right, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Even creators of things can be wrong, though. Okay.
Not when it comes to the name, since he's the one that named it.
He can name my nutsack.
He'll name it GIF.
My name is Jeff. You message the person and you don't know if it was the right thing. I don't know, Fire Gremlin. See what happens. If it makes you feel better, it was the right thing, regardless of the result.
Pyro's in the waiting room.
Oh, for sure. What up, Pyro?
Yeah, what up?
Hi.
Who's this?
This
It's
is
Juke.
What's up?
It's Jukey Dookie.
Hey, not Dookie. What the fuck?
Nah, man. Jukey Dookie is like a fun way of saying, like, you know, jukes, like in basketball or football or whatever, you know, jukes, dodging. Jukey Dookie. Okay. I got that one.
I
What's-
understand what
zero?
juking is, but like, ugh, it sounds
Jukebox.
really weird.
Yeah, it's jukebox. I got that one up there. Where's the next one?
Okay, you already got that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just picked it up.
Yeah, I had my fourth chemo today. Went pretty good.
Good man.
Congratulations.
You're
They
almost
fixed-
you're almost done.
They fixed my port issue too.
Oh yeah, was it the protein buildup?
Actually, no. What it was, they had to do was reassess it. They actually had to remove the port they put in originally and then put a new one in.
So it was a faulty port.
So it was a faulty port. Yeah. So what they said was, after having one chest X-ray done, and the chest X-ray said, yeah, the port looks really good, and then 2 weeks later, going down again to the diagnostic imaging, this time them injecting the colored dye for a CT scan into
Yeah.
the body, and looking on the screen and seeing, oh yeah, the dye's going through, it's flowing through fine, but we're not getting any blood return. That's the red flag. And that's
Right,
like,
because
well, why
that
is
means it's basically a one-way valve right now, like a check
Exactly,
valve.
and that's what the issue was. And so because I had that issue, I'm like, yep. And then so they said, well, hey, yeah, by the way, you're booked for an appointment to have your port looked at the other campus, at the other hospital campus on the following day. I'm like, oh,
I
nobody
have
ever
that
called
one
me about
already.
that. Like nobody ever called me about that shit. So I'm like, oh, I wish I'd known that sooner.
Don't you love
Like-
that? They're like, oh yeah, you're booked for this. You're like,
I never got a call about that. I never got a call.
when were you gonna tell me about this?
Yeah,
right.
so I was like, okay, well
You're
then,
already
I called them because it was so funny because what actually happened was I was questioning it because I called into the cancer clinic.
Uh-huh.
I called the cancer clinic and I asked them, I said, so I was in the other day and they told me about the following, something about my port, and the receptionist said to me over the phone, actually, I do see that you are booked here, but at the other campus, but I can't provide any other detail. I said, really? I'm like, well, can you have the following nurse who I see on the following RN who I see all the time for all my appointments here? Can you have her call me back? Maybe I can talk to her about it for more detail. And they said, we can have her call you back. So she called me back. I called, and the RN says, the receptionist says to me, do this. Go ahead and call into the scheduling at the following location, and I called them, but they were no longer taking calls that day, the rest of the day. So I left a voicemail. Well, then moments after, I got a phone call from the nurse at the cancer clinic, and she said, yeah. So I'm like, I was just told by reception. Apparently, I have a appointment for my port on the following date, and that's literally around the corner. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, nobody told you? I'm like, no, nobody told me at all. So thankfully, this nurse, she's very friendly and very helpful, and she freaking answered all the questions for me that I requested. And I was thankful for her doing that for me. I'm like, this is annoying when you don't get notified.
Yeah, that's like, because then they'll call you that day like, oh, you were supposed to be here a half hour ago, and it'd be like, what?
I was never notified of that, so I'm not sure why you're saying that.
Right?
Like, and I was told, but the reason why I was kind of self-aware about it was because I asked one of the nurses in the chemo suite, I asked them, because I said, will I find out about this whole decision on my port within the next few days or so? They're like, yeah, absolutely you will. So they told me that themselves, but I never got the phone call.
That's so bizarre.
It was. I think it was just they forgot. I think literally they forgot.
Probably.
So I called. I went in and had my port to look at. And I'm like, so do you know what you're gonna do exactly right off the start, or is there anything I can tell you? Because they said, well, we're gonna try and do whatever we can for tests first before we, and if we have to decide, if we come to the decision that we're gonna take out the port and put a new one in, then that'll be the decision as the final verdict, if so.
Right.
I said, okay, good to know. And so when I found that out, I said, well, to save you some hassle, if you really want to know better, I said, the last 2 times I was in the chemo suite, the last two times I was in the chemo suite. The first time they sent me down to the diagnostic imaging for a chest X-ray to get a chest X-ray visual on my port, and then the second time they sent me down was they wanted to do a line check and see if the port was actually.
I have that one, Juke.
They asked me. They said they want me to go for a port check, a line check on the port to make sure it properly works. So
I have that one as well.
And then according to the
Jesus
RN,
Christ.
according to the nurse who I was talking to over the phone, she told me apparently that there was a curve or a bend in the port hose line. The hose line, there was a bend in the port, which was why the blood wasn't coming through. So it was like a.
It's so weird.
It's like when you get a kink in a garden hose. It's like when you get the kink in the garden hose and the water doesn't come out, and then somebody freaking releases it and you get sprayed in the face.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. It was like a kink in the hose line of the port. Is what happened.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
so, but according to the way the chest X-ray looked and the diagnostic imaging live scan perspective, both
Mhm.
those came back. Both those didn't identify that part. So that right there alone was the red flag at first, and I'm like, what's going on? Really, it was very weird. But thankfully, though, they said, and I told them that stuff. I'm like, well, if that's the case here, then I said, so whatever, you're just gonna replace the port altogether, put a whole new port in. Like, yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna replace. We're just gonna do this. This was considered port revision, and we're gonna officially take the old port out. And we're gonna put a new one in. That's what they did.
That's
And I was
crazy.
pleased. I was
Hell
pleased.
yeah,
I was
for
like,
sure.
I was pleased to hear that news because I said, well, if it makes you feel better, I had this port put in near the end of April of 2023. I was supposed to originally start chemo on May 9th, 2023. Chemo got pushed back because after I had the port done, chemo was going to be started right away, but they wanted to put me through a few more tests. They wanted me to go for one more. They wanted me to go for one more biopsy.
Right, because they just wanted to make sure.
Well, on top of that, they had me go through what's called a PET scan.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The PET scan is like the PET scan, much like a CAT scan. PET scan is a CAT scan on steroids. And
Yeah.
It costs $2,000 to run one PET scan.
Fuck.
Yeah, thankfully that's covered under our government's healthcare.
That's insane.
But they basically say, yeah, you gotta
You
fast.
get it?
Yeah.
You can't
No.
have- They basically say no carbs or sugar for X number of hours before this PET scan, because they want to make sure all your blood sugar is your natural blood sugar levels.
Yeah, I got you.
They want to make sure about that part, and so that's the first thing they want to be sure about is all your blood sugar levels need to be default to your blood count. And the reason why they do that part is because they inject you with a serum that's radioactive infused sugar. And
Interesting.
So much like a CAT scan where they inject you with a dye,
Right.
this is the same idea like the dye, but this is radioactive sugar that they inject you with. And the reason for that part, cancer cells feed off sugar.
Makes sense.
And so because cancer cells will feed off sugar, in this case here, what they did was I
have that one.
When they use a dye in a CAT scan, when they put the dye in your veins for a CAT scan, that dye is going to flow through your body and do whatever it can to detect and pinpoint things in certain parts of the body. In this case here, think of that radioactive sugar in your bloodstream in this PET scan, and I guess apparently what they told me was they didn't show me what it was exactly, but they told me a vision. They told me an example. They gave me a visual verbally of what it is. They said, imagine when you're watching the weather, news, the weather broadcast, the news, your local news, and they come up to the weather section of the news, and the reporter shows the radar. Let's have a look at the radar and what the weather system, what's the weather gonna look like. Here's the green blotch where the rain's gonna come in. Oh, look how it goes to yellow to orange to red, and how it intensifies.
Right.
In the radar system. Imagine that kind of radar system perspective that you see in weather now. Imagine that's what it is. That's your blood sugar being spotted through the scan. It's literally, if they see a giant red blotch that signifies like a thunderstorm on a radar type idea, imagine that giant red blotch, that's where the cancer cell is. So that's where the cell in question is. And if it's green, you know there's something lingering there. If it's whatever tones, like that kind of idea. Accordingly, if they see nothing, then it's okay. But that's the intention of it, though, is to say, okay, look at here's where the spots are. This is the spots we need to target to make sure that we're giving him the right medicine. Make sure it all goes away. And that's what helps decide. That's what helps him decide if it's a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, so on and so forth.
Interesting.
So I didn't know about that, and I did one PET scan already. I've already been through the PET scan once, and they're gonna have me go through another one after I finish chemo. I'll be going through a PET scan actually within less than a week for my next one. And
Is that to see
reason-
if they got it, basically?
kind of sort of. So they got me on 3 cycles of chemo.
Right.
3 cycles of chemo. One cycle is day 1 through day 15. So it's a 2-week period between each chemo session. So day 1, day 15, cycle 1.
Right.
Cycle 2 is the same process. Day 1, day 15 again. So every cycle is day 1, day 15. So it's every 2 weeks apart from one another. So after day 15, you go back to day 1 2 weeks later, and then after day 1, you go back to day 15, and then 2 weeks later again, day 1, day 15. So that's 3 cycles. That's what they have me on right now.
Right.
Today officially finished off cycle 2. Cycle
Right.
2, aka 2/3 of the way done.
Right.
So that's what I'm on right now currently for my current chemo. Chemo says that's what I'm on right now. And the thing is, this PET scan that comes up, the PET scan that I get on that I have on the 14th. The thing about the PET scan can provide one of 2 things. PET scan can say, "Oh, look it, we shrunk down those cancer cells so well that cycle number 3 of chemo doesn't actually necessarily have to be done as cycle number 3. We can jump over to radiation if we
I
have to."
must wait.
Or,
Oh, nice.
That's option number 1, or cycle number, or hey, we got it all. We don't have to do cycle number 3 whatsoever. Or hey, look at, yeah, we see some stuff still here. Some of it hasn't shrunken, or some of it's still in question. But guess what though? We'll do this cycle number 3 to make sure that everything's good, and then we'll jump to radiation therapy just to be safe.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're doing. They're just covering their ass.
Right.
They're covering.
Yeah.
It's a cover your ass method, and the thing is, I trust these doctors so much more than some others that I've had in the past. And the thing is, I respect these doctors. It's nice, and it's just, it's one of those things on that line, and we just we just keep having stuff like that, and then so I'll be going through that stuff. So we should be all good on that though. When
Nice.
we're on all that shit there. So I gotta do that stuff. But the funniest thing though was, so I just had my birthday back on July 21st.
Right.
And yesterday morning, Monday morning, I went to the cancer clinic in the morning because I had to go for blood work.
I
Right.
don't
You have to,
do that.
before chemo, you have to go for blood work within 24 to 40 hours before chemo. You have to go in for blood work.
Right, because they want to test to make sure that you're fit enough to get the chemo.
Well, that, and they want to make sure that anything from the blood from beforehand is whatever it is. And I joked with the nurse doing the blood work. I said, just a fair warning that this blood work you're probably going to do is you're probably going to see a lot of higher sugar level than normal in this blood sample this time around, because I was at the local university all weekend from Friday through Sunday, helping with a bunch of football games for a summer football league was hosting their championship events all at the university here this past weekend. And because I was there the whole weekend and I was doing camera, being a video guy for the football team, and working with these guys that were doing a media thing on one side, and then a cable company came in and was doing the broadcasting through cable TV, and they said to me, "Hey Pyro, you want to join us on the camera crew today? We need an extra camera guy." I said, "Absolutely, I'll jump on camera with you guys. It's more fun being on the cable broadcast than it is on this live YouTube feed broadcast right now." And plus, I've worked with you guys in the past anyway. Like, I worked with a few of you guys in the past. You were my teachers in college.
I have that one.
So I said, let's do that. I said, let's do it. I'll jump on with you guys. And so I did that with them. Had some fun. We just did that as normal people. And I got through all that shit. And then we went to the process of here's our broadcast. I did that, and I had so much Gatorade though. I was drinking Gatorade. I was drinking water. I was eating grilled burgers all day, like grilled hamburgers all day. at the event. I would have a hot dog here and there. If I have a burger, I had a hot dog. So between all the carbs, between all the carbohydrates from all the burgers and hot dogs and the buns and stuff on them,
Yeah.
the sugar from the Gatorade. But mind you, though, I was drinking Gatorade in moderation. I was going to because I was with a group of this group of guys from so where I'm at here in Canada. I'm right at the border across from Detroit. These guys were up in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, like 8.5, 9 hours north of me, and they drove all the way. They made the commute down here themselves with all their production gear that they're using to live stream to YouTube with their cameras and stuff, and their little microphone system, and they were literally so they came down, and I was basically a voluntary person to the three of them, and so there's four of us all together. And so every time, it would be halftime during the football game, and I go down to the concession stand and I said, I need 2 blue and 2 red Gatorades. So I know blue and red Gatorades are 2 of the most common Gatorades that people will always grab. 99% of the time, those are the ones people always grab.
Right.
Myself personally, I like the blue Gatorades, and and if blue isn't available, I take red as a backup. That's always my go-tos. But that in mind, though, with that being said, I also jumped into the idea like, hey, here's 4 Gatorades, or I go down, I grab 4 bottles of water, and the reason behind that stuff was because literally, I was volunteering my time the whole weekend, and I was also part of this because I was part of the voluntary staff. Because I was part of the voluntary staff, and I'm good friends of all the football team the team who was hosting.
I have that one.
The team who was hosting the championship of weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They're from my town. The coaches and the staff are from my town, and they wanted me to be a part of the staff with them. So they basically said, "Here, have a water free. Don't pay. No need to pay. No need to pay for food. All my all my orders at the concessions were covered by the staff because I was part of the staff too. So any drinks, any food, I could just go get free food and drink. So they asked me, they asked me one time, why are you getting 4 Gatorades? I'm like, I said, this is not just for me, this is for the media crew.
Yeah. Hey, Jez, I already have that one that you marked.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you heard.
I said that to I said I need 2 blue Gatorades. I need 2 blue and 2 red Gatorades. This is for the media group doing the live stream, along with myself. This is for me and the media group that are doing the live stream. And so I take the 2 Gatorades. Said, okay, I'm taking a blue Gatorade. I said the 3 of you guys pick your poison. Which one do you guys want? There's 1 blue and there's 2 reds. You guys fight over them. And so we'd be guys that would be runners, and then okay, I would go get 4 bottles of water. I bring us all bottles of water sometimes here and there because I didn't know if they had Gatorades or I didn't know what they had.
Right.
So it works out, and it was pretty favorable. But like I said, I had a lot of Gatorade. The worst issue I made literally a week ago and into last weekend, the biggest mistake I made across the whole past week was last Tuesday. I went to my chiropractor, which was a good choice. Last Tuesday, I went to my chiropractor, which was a good choice because I hadn't been there in forever because of my chemo stuff. But the biggest mistake I made, though, of going to my chiropractor was I live at one end of my town. My chiropractor's on the whole other end of the town. And so how do I get from point A to point B when my whole town is under construction? My grandfather's got to go to a heart doctor clinic in the city around the same time stamp that I had to go to the chiropractor, and my mother is out of town with our other car, so I have no car.
Ooh, I got you. Okay.
I'm like, well, it's simple. It's a beautiful summer day outside. I will just walk to the chiropractor straight through town, get my cardio intake going because I need to start doing cardio. So I walk through town. I got lazy, and instead of putting on my running shoes to walk through town, and the thing is, my town is in the middle of being under construction.
Right.
Literally, the main street in my town is blocked off through the middle of my town. The dead center part of my town is blocked off like crazy. They've dug up all the sidewalks in front of all the sidewalks. All storefronts have no sidewalks right now, and all stores and businesses in town are still open. That includes restaurants, shops, anything like that. All those storefronts are still open for business right now.
Yes,
but
I have that
there's
one, Juke.
There's no sidewalks at all in front of any of
Oh,
these
that's what I was
shops.
gonna say.
It's all crushed. It's all
There's-
crushed stone.
Hold on one second,
It's all-
Pyro. There's only one left that I need to get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's all crushed stone though. The whole sidewalk is crushed stone. And then
Uh-huh.
what they did was instead of putting your generic curb, and instead of putting the generic road curb where you would think it would be for the sidewalk, and then keeping the generic roadside parking we had before, they put in the curb part, but then they put a trench part for the sidewalk part, and then they put the curved like the sloped curve where you'd have like the water mains and stuff go to. And everyone's like,
It's
"What
right
the
there.
fuck are they?" I was like,
I
"What the
marked
fuck
it.
are they getting?" People were like, "What the fuck are they getting rid of our roadside parking?" Like I was questioning too. I'm like, "Are they getting rid of roadside parking from us on the main street?" No, what they're doing is they're doing a section of where the roadside parking was originally. They're basically making it level so roadside parking is elevated ever so slightly up to the height of the sidewalks, and
Huh.
it'll be a paved, elevated spot. That way, when people try to get out of their cars, especially for handicaps to get out of their cars, they have more of an accessible ramp level to get to the sidewalk without having to go, like maybe a foot away from a curb with a cane.
Yeah.
To get into their vans. So that's what they've done, which makes sense. I'm happy to know that that's what it's going to be, because that's what I figured it was. And I know I've seen some other spots in my town that have had that before, but the way my town is, everyone's so anal. They're like, I just want this. I want this. Why aren't we having this? Why aren't we having this? And I'm like, if you guys are so feisty and so complainative about this, why don't you just freaking do it yourself?
Yeah, right.
Like you want to preach to the choir. Like these people are preaching to the choir because they're bitchy and all that stuff. And I'm like, if you're so upset about this, why don't you run for council? Why don't you go run for council? If you're gonna be this kind of a bitch, go
Fair
run
enough.
for council. And why don't you, if you're gonna bitch so much, just go run for council yourself and see how it feels when your suggestions turn down. And people ask me, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't need to go run for council myself. I only know that because my grandfather used to be the mayor.
Right.
My grandfather is the former mayor of my town, so fuck it. I know exactly what's going on in that situation because the bullshit.
Yeah.
And-
Now, Jez, all I have to do now is hey Wizard.
How's that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna port to Zarbinzet.
The only thing I told my grandfather, I said to my town myself personally, there's a kitty corner intersection in my area. If you know what a kitty corner type intersection is.
No,
Do
I'm
those
not
kinds of-
familiar with that.
So a kitty corner is a fancy term for an intersection where you got one road that goes straight through, and it branches off and it forks off and like a triangular intersection corner,
Oh, okay.
like a tip, like the tip of a triangle. The
Yeah.
one road goes through straight, and then the road that goes through straight, one side of the road has a bit of a turn to it, and when you come to that turn, you have an island divider in the middle to allow people to come straight and go to where the road comes out as a T shape in one spot, or they can make a left-hand turn and proceed on the road they were on before, or they can make a right-hand turn and go on where the road they're on right now going one way. If they're going the other way, that road has an option when you get through the middle, when you get to the point where either A, you go left, or B, you go right, and the go right is heading straight through and proceeding the direction you're going initially. But if you cut left, you have one of two things. If you decide you're going to go left, you either A, can make a left-hand turn down a side street, or B, you can just stay to the left and keep going down this side road where this road turns into another road type idea.
So it
It's a
kind of
kitty-
forks twice, basically.
Yeah. It's we always call it kitty corners just because it's just the term we use.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't
it's just-
paint
we
that
always-
picture to me, but I get what you're saying when you describe it.
It's better for visual. It's better for a visual for it, to be honest. It's always-
right. Kitty corner
we-
sounds like something way worse. Like
Yeah,
dead
oh,
ass.
trust me, I know what you're thinking.
So kind of like a three-way stop fire gremlin, but it's like a fork that forks again.
Yes.
Your time.
It's really so like for example, and the thing is,
That's a
where this
really
one-
silly design. I wouldn't.
So where this one kitty corner spot is, for example, I know it's a funny term to hear. I know,
Yeah.
but still, where this intersection is at, though, for example, there used to be a railway crossing that used to go through my town, which
Okay.
they took out.
Okay.
So the railway crossing here in my town, basically, in a nutshell, is kind of in a way you look at it and you say, okay, well here's where the railway system was, and just the way the housing is. So like the one road you can take straight through, or you can cut left and go up another side road, or you can come to the intersection part and make a left-hand turn down a whole other road instead of just making a left and following the road you're already on type thing.
Right.
Or you can stay right and go through, and then when you coming the other side on that road that goes straight through, you have to basically you have to pull up to a stop sign by making a slight left, and then when you pull up to a stop sign, okay, I'm making a slight left, I'm making a slight right now. If I want to proceed to where I was going before, I have to basically cut back left and go around. But I have to watch out for these people who don't have a stop sign, who are going the other direction, one way or the other.
Yeah, that sounds really fucking annoying.
It is
Like really
But my-
fucking annoying.
But this is how a lot of roads in counties are though.
So they basically didn't plan out their roads very well, is what you're telling me. They just kind of added as they went, and then it's like, okay, well, now we have all these kitty corners. Which, I mean, I get it. You know, nobody can really, like,
Ready yet.
expect a town to grow one way or another, but
It makes me feel better. My town was built on swampland years ago.
well, I mean, it's just you can tell like
was our
there's a lot of right. There's a lot of roads even in my town. Like most of them are pretty straightforward, and it's pretty like what would you call that? Like crisscross pattern. You know, it's like gridded out. It's gridded out really well. But there's some roads that I'm just like, oh my god, you guys, like, you clearly built buildings for businesses, not thinking that you were going to expand in the future. Because now you've got this really dumbass street that, like, is a pain in the ass to drive on, and it's like really fucking annoying to even like try to turn off of.
More time.
You
If you did-
didn't plan it out. You didn't plan it out at all.
If you get a chance to look in general Discord, you'll see exactly what I mean by the intersection type idea.
I need more
Yeah, give me
time.
1 second. Let me get this Lilith statue.
You'll see exactly what I mean by it.
Yep. I see. I get you.
So, and if you look,
That's really weird.
It's really
it's a-
it's really obnoxious.
it's a common road style in the county, at least here where I'm at. And the thing is, so in that image where you see like a red car and a black car, on the far left, for example,
Uh-huh. Right.
There's a number 8. There's a number 8 right there, and right in that spot there's a grayish trail, and that used to be the railway system that used to go through there. So the only reason why this intersection is built the way it is because that used to be a railway crossing right there. So people were forced to stop at the railway tracks in that spot on both sides where those two cars are at there, and then people coming over that hill from where the railway crossing was have to come where that one vehicle is stopped at. But you notice how there's a freaking little tiny little tiny island there, where the little tiny triangular island there. That triangular island literally is the divider that says, okay, this road coming from one spot of town, you just follow that road all the way through, and boom, you can go straight through to the railway track spot. Or, oh, you got a train coming through. Let's just fucking cut left and let's go along this road. Or let's cut hard left and let's go back this other way, the middle of buttfuck nowhere in the town where we didn't want to go in at first, but we're taking a big detour to avoid the train.
Right.
Oh wait, we get back to town and there's the train again. You know, it's like
That's wild.
But I keep saying this intersection, the only way this intersection would be perfect right now, because the railway system was taken out. The railway system decided to take out these railway tracks and
Not
put
ready yet.
new things and start using only specified railway system in replace, which makes a lot of sense. So my argument to that part is this quote unquote kitty corner
would make a great spot for a freaking roundabout instead of this stop and go traffic.
Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say, why don't you
only
just use roundabout?
the only problem with roundabouts, especially new roundabouts, is nobody knows how to fucking drive on them properly, and it drives me up the fucking wall. We've got like,
Go to the fucking UK and then see how people do there. Like, oh shit.
dude,
Oh,
no,
no,
we
roundabout,
have like
roundabout.
6 roundabouts here, and like, you know, if I see someone starting to go, I let them in. If I'm going, people stop normally, right? Or if I see people going, I
Right.
stop. People will just like try to squeeze past and almost get in accidents like so frequently. I'm like, you guys are just fucking dumb. Like you straight
Oh,
up are just
I've
trying to
done
kill
that.
yourself.
I
Like
gotcha.
Those that are already on the roundabout have right away.
always.
Well,
Always.
What's funny is the thing about roundabouts is you have to yield to the right of way, which is the person inside the roundabout. The thing about that part, though, everyone who comes into a roundabout automatically thinks they have to fully stop.
No,
like,
you yield. Yield does not equal
yield.
stop.
But people still come to a stop, even though they're trying to yield. They tend to come to a full stop, especially if it's a freaking tractor trailer truck coming through the area. Because where I'm at, especially in my area, I have one roundabout in my town right now.
Right.
I have that same road from that intersection I showed you there. The traffic that's coming towards that intersection from outside of my town, there's a roundabout where that is now. Beforehand,
Okay.
that road used to have a straight intersection that would go much like it was before. It would have the straightaway section. They decided to make a roundabout part there because why? We have a lot of semi trucks come through the area. A lot of tractor trailers would come through this part of my town. And when they came through here, they put a roundabout there. Why is that? Well, that same railway track system went through the one side road there that
Hold
leads
on.
out to my
1 second, Pyro. Everybody watching the stream, I'm gonna have to restart the stream because my bit rate is like in the fucking shitter. So
5 major spots in my town would all get impacted by the same railway crossing.
Right.
By the same railway line would impact at least 5 different sections of my town at various points in the day. So, for example, trains would come through. They come to the one major spot, one major road in my town that I live on myself personally. They come onto that part there, and they go through. They cut through the industrial part of my town along the outskirts, and then obviously they come around a bend, and then here comes another community town road area. Then they come up alongside the town itself. After they come up alongside the town, they come to the main street in my town.
Hold
and
on
they
1
go
second.
along-
My bit rate still hasn't fixed itself. So I'm gonna go make sure shit's shut off because it could be an issue of too many things sucking my bandwidth.
And with
Sucky, fucky, fucky.
I don't think it's that good.
I'm just kidding.
Hopefully, it didn't get hit with a Windows update because those are pain in the ass.
I haven't done a Windows update in forever.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how up to date he is on his computer or whatever.
There we go. I think I
usually shut-
fixed it. Nope.
We're
What's
saying,
that?
It's dipping again. Fuck.
we're saying hopefully you didn't get hit by a Windows update.
No, it's not a Windows update.
That's good.
Is there a graphics card update? A GPU update?
No, nothing's updating.
Because it says my NVIDIA GeForce Experience says there's an update available.
Well, there probably is, but that wouldn't affect my bit rate. Okay, I think the Xbox was updating something, which would suck my bit rate through the fucking floor. Because it seems to have stabilized now.
Nice.
Yeah, now we're at 6K, which is what I set it at. Excellent click. Okay, cool. I fixed it. It was oh. Maybe not. It's dipping again. There's a lot of fluctuations. I might have to restart my router.
Restart everything.
I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. Fire Gremlin, if you notice the stream like frame rate and stuff dipping, let me know and I'll just restart the router. Why can't I switch to fucking Diablo now?
Fire Gremlin just said in Discord too that they've seen roads like that too. At least now they.
Yeah,
They say, "Oh, I know what you mean now." Like,
that shit's dumb.
yeah. And you know what's crazy about that intersection there? That one I showed you as an image for, especially too.
Hmm.
The one year I was a school crossing guard in my town,
Mhm.
and that was my position for school crossing guard.
Hmm.
And you can see just how much of a bitch of a spot that is, because that where you see those little white numbered spots on that road,
Huh.
that's a major county road. I had so many fucking trucks going up and down that road there, and I have a little pedestrian crossing on that one side. There's a little sidewalk spot,
I think Diablo
a
crashed
little
on me.
spot for the sidewalk,
Oh
little
no.
sidewalk spot, and then
What? What happened?
Diablo crashed.
No. Talking about where'd he go? He was in the middle of a
Oh.
sentence.
I have no idea. The internet is
Is-
breaking for everyone, apparently.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
See, it's starting to dip again, and now it's going up. Yeah, if it's acting really funny, I'm probably gonna have. Okay, it's back up now. We're solid. It just keeps having random dips.
What if they're still working on it?
They might be working on it. And now it's stable. Huh. I don't know. If we keep having issues, I'll restart the router. And then if we keep having issues after that, might just have to call it.
Aww.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, welcome back.
apparently
I was like,
apparently Discord likes to shut itself off when you run a freaking GPU update now from Nvidia.
Yeah.
And Nvidia GPU update really wants to freaking make Discord decide, say, sorry, but you gotta shut down.
Even when Diablo was closed, Fire Gremlin, I saw it dip. So I don't know if they're doing like work on the lines and it's sending dips in signal, or if my router is just being a butthole and I have to restart it, because I haven't restarted my router in like 3 months, I would say. Everyone should be in the habit of restarting your router at least a month. Just saying.
why?
Because it just refreshes it. So think like the routers are like mini computers and they have like RAM, just like a computer does. It doesn't work exactly quite the same, but if you reboot it once a month, it dumps all that stuff that it doesn't need to hold on to and just operates better.
Think like when you clear cache and cookies on your browser.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm
Or
just
you,
curious. I've just never heard anybody say that ever. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's a terrible thing to do. I'll just
No,
wondering
no,
what
you're
your
good.
reason was,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all.
yeah. No, that's the reason. Just to wipe it clean and let it give it a fresh new day or new month or whatever. Okay. Where was the next one you were gonna go after?
Hang on.
Oh, you need to re-invite me.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the new Oppenheimer movie yet?
Nope.
No.
I'm kind of eager to see it. I kind of want to go. I haven't been the last movie I've seen in theaters was fucking Black Panther, the first one.
I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie in theaters
How was
because
it?
my kids wanted to see it. It was really good. I was actually really, I wasn't impressed with it, but
I must wait.
they did it justice, if that makes sense.
Did they leave it open for sequels?
Oh yeah, of course, easy.
I'm gonna disagree with the doing it justice part, but
They left it open for sequels.
It was a
though,
kids
but-
movie. Like they did it justice for a kids movie. It's not like
was it on the same level like Sonic the Hedgehog, basically? In that kind of idea?
no better than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, it's Nintendo or Sega, but still, what I'm getting at though was it like that kind of style, like that overall storyline.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with company. I'm just saying it was a better movie than Sonic the Hedgehog. How would I describe it? I would say it would be more along the lines of like Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, okay.
Like it kind of had that kind of feel, like where you clearly knew it was a kids movie, but it was still like it had enough like adult references and content to keep adults engaged as well.
Time to do that.
Sonic the Hedgehog was just kind of a goofy mess. Like,
I mean, Jim
it
Carrey
had
is
Jim Carrey in it. What do you expect?
Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik was kind of funny,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
will say though,
fuck,
than
it
that
is still
part-
having issues. Thank you for letting me know, Fire Gremlin. I'm gonna have to restart my router. All right,
think
let's
my
get the
biggest-
statue and then I'll restart it.
I think I just think like I haven't been to the movies since like the first Black Panther movie, and that the day I went and saw Black Panther in
I need
theaters,
more time.
I had a friend of mine who I met through Twitch initially. Found out he was from the same area as me, and he was going to university here in my area, which is pretty cool.
That is
and
cool.
another guy who the two of us worked with at the casino I work at. The three of us worked at the casino, and the one guy, at the time, his son was 4 years old, and his son loves Marvel Comics. 4-year-old boy is a diehard Thor fan. 4-year-old boy who's a diehard fan of Thor and loves all Marvel Comics. And my friend himself, he loves Marvel Comics. I had on my movie reward points, I had enough points to redeem for 2 free tickets into the movie. And I said, and the thing was, me and the other 2 guys that I worked with at the casino, we had just we set up for Alice Cooper at the casino.
Oh, nice.
And I said, hey, instead of everyone of us going home and going on with our daily lives after this, instead of that part, why not instead of me leaving the city back to the county, like I would normally do, and me dropping the other guy off at the university, I said, you guys want to go to the movies and go see the Black Panther movie in theaters that just came out, and I got 2 free tickets available to redeem. I mean, I said to my friend, I'm like, why don't we go pick up your son? We'll leave your daughter with your girlfriend at home and let them have a little girls' day for a bit, and we'll take your son with the 3 of us to the movie theater, and the 4 of us can go see Black Panther in theaters. And they said, yeah, that's a good idea. So we killed time. We killed time at the theater. We took his son back home and left him with his mother and his sister, and the 3 of us went back to the casino, and we tore down Alice Cooper.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm going
That was a
to
fun
restart my router because it's still fucking up.